Hi Pure Wisdom team, it is 5:15 Tuesday night, and today I am here to report that 275 Australians were diagnosed with diabetes. Could have been your mum, could have been your dad, could have been your brother, could have been your sister, could have been your boss at work, could have been your best friend. But today 275 Aussies were diagnosed. They went to the doctor between 9 and 5, that works out to be just over 34 people an hour. Shivers, what's that? Just under, that's 2 a minute, a little bit more than 2 a minute. And tomorrow, another 275 people are going to have diabetes confirmed. And tomorrow, another 275 people, or the day after that. And on Friday, another 275 people. We're looking at over 1,300 people a week, just in Australia. This beautiful land of ours, the lucky country. So it's not so lucky for a lot of people, is it? Luck's probably not the term to use there because, as I'm just about to say, for many people, diabetes is not about luck. Diabetes, if you go to the Diabetes Australia website, the precursors to diabetes, one of the biggest ones is obesity, and we are one of the fattest nations, some would even say the fattest nation in the world. It's not just a America thing or a England thing. We are up there. We've got the gold or the silver medal, which is not a medal that we want around our necks right now. So this all ties in with the second ingredient to optimal health. Last week we spoke about the power of having the body well connected, and as we were mentioning, that is through the spine and nervous system. The brain sends every single message down through the spinal cord, 270 k's an hour. It's a very fast highway, and every single message goes out through the highway exits, out through every single nerve fibre that exits out through the spine, to every single part of the body. It's an amazing system. Physical, chemical, emotional stress causes witches' hats on the highway, causes the traffic to build up, causes us to feel sluggish, so to speak, causes us to feel unwell, and over time, left for a long time, until people come in when they're 40 or 50 or 60, they're not in a good way. That's essentially breakdown in the body. But step number 2 is fuel. The reason why I say that, when we talk about diabetes, one of the biggest causes of obesity is poor quality fuel. 90% of the Australian food budget is spent on processed food. You cannot have a healthy body on processed food. It is physically, physiologically, biochemically, whatever word you want to use there, physically impossible to have a well-functioning body on processed food. You go to your petrol station, park your car at Bowser number 2. If you've got unleaded petrol, try your very hardest to put gas in there and get the car to drive off. You do not have a hope in hell. Same again, if you put diesel in there, you've got no chance of functioning. It's exactly the same with our bodies. If only we could use the simplicity of our vehicle with the amazing nature of our bodies. If we could just learn to put natural foods in our bodies most of the time, we don't have to be zealots about it, we don't have to be fanatics about it and go 100% of the time, because our bodies are amazingly robust. They don't actually need it 100% of the time. But if you can put healthy, natural foods into your body at least 80% of the time, follow the 80-20 rule, you are going to feel a vibrancy and an energy and a zest and a vitality and an enthusiasm and an inspiration that you haven't felt in years. So what I'm going to ask you is a question that the late great Jack LaLanne asked many years ago in America. He was asking it all the way up to his death. But if you woke up in the morning, would you feed your dog coffee and a donut for breakfast? No one in their right mind would. Again, that's an American quote, okay? We don't generally have coffee and donuts for breakfast, but Krispy Kreme's in town, so it's not too far away. However, we don't generally do that, but we do have sugary cereals, and we have white toast, and we have, what else do we have? Just processed grains and processed foods. Again, I don't really know what you have for breakfast, but generally speaking, breakfast is one of the toughest asks for people in the morning, because most people are having breakfast in a rush. They're either not having it or they're having something quick and easy, and quick and easy, if it's an apple or a banana, quick and easy is fine. But for most people, quick and easy is a breakfast bar or something that's processed, something that nature couldn't put together. So start with breakfast. If you're just going to start with one meal, start with breakfast. Some people call it the most important meal of the day. But if your breakfast isn't natural, I could highly predict, I'd put money on, that your day is not spent with high energy and vitality. If your breakfast is natural, you are starting the day off beautifully. So check in with yourself, how good is your fuel, and if your breakfast is a tick, move on to lunch. And if lunch is a tick, move on to dinner. And then the crux for many people is snack time. What is the quality of your snacks? I reckon smoothies are a great snack. Fruit is another good snack, but again, most people know that. But smoothies are a great snack in the afternoon for a pick-me-up. But check in with yourself, write it down, have a look. In the meantime, have a sensational week. Thanks to everyone that came to D Martini last week. We had an absolute ball. We'll definitely do something like that again in the future. And I look forward to seeing you again next week. Look after yourself.